Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter. This is just going to be a kind of a quick informal video. I want to talk to my friends and my subscribers out there about the first new guns that I bought in 2021. I do this every single year. The first week of January, I buy a new gun. It's like my way of kicking off the new year. But given everything that's going on lately, all the chaos and all the stuff that you're seeing in the news, I went maybe a little bit overboard this year, and I bought 3, and they weren't 3 cheap ones either. My wife just about passed out when I walked into the house. But I did, try and make up the money. I didn't just, I didn't spend bill money or anything like that. I used Gunbroker for the first time, which was pretty cool. I've never used that before, and that actually went pretty smoothly. So I was really happy with that. Raised some money that way. And you guys know, if you follow me on Facebook, The Daily Shooter 1776, I also get rid of optics and stuff like that on there. Saved all that money up, and I got what you're going to see today. But I'm curious, what are you guys planning on getting in 2021? Is there anything specific that you've been waiting for? Anything you've been saving up for? Anything brand new that might be coming out in the market that you've been looking at that you're just waiting to release? That's what I'm curious about. What are you guys looking for? With that being said, leave that down in the comment section. We'll take a look at the first 3 guns that I got 2021. This channel is proud to be supported by the Firearms Policy Coalition. Make sure you check out that link in the description box, become a member, and donate when you can, because these are the guys that are going to be on the front lines fighting against all the anti-Second Amendment stuff that's going to be coming down the pipeline very, very soon. Also, check out Blackout Coffee. I've been drinking Blackout Coffee for over a year, a little bit over a year now, and I got to tell you, it is excellent coffee. They're a Second Amendment supporting coffee company. They send coffee to our troops, veterans. Definitely worth checking out. If you want to drink coffee and support our Second Amendment, check out Blackout Coffee. Use my discount code. Link will be down below. Okay, so let's go and take a look at the first one that I got. All 3 of these are going to be from my local FFL, which is Spartan Arms here in North Las Vegas, Nevada. I want to thank them for all of their support. However, I did pay full price for this. So let's go ahead and check it out. The first thing that I bought is a brand new Daniel Defense. Now, this is a DD5 V4. So this is their 308. And unfortunately, I didn't notice that the price tag was on the outside of the case. So when I was holding this, walking into the house, my wife was sitting on the couch. That is the first thing that she saw. So she saw the price tag. And if you know Daniel Defense, they're not cheap, okay? So this is about $2,500. But I've always wanted to get one. I just, I always hesitated pulling the trigger on it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing real quick. So the DD5 V4 is Daniel Defense's 308. It's a very nice 308, and I think it's going to serve the channel well, because everything that I buy here, it has to work for the channel. I don't really buy things that are just kind of like for me, or something that I enjoy just because it's something that I've always wanted. It has to serve a purpose, and this is going to serve more than one purpose. One, it's going to be a great platform for testing out optics, testing out ammunition, testing out mags, accessories, things like that. This is a fantastic top of the line rifle. I mean, this thing is absolutely beautiful to look at. It is made super tough. It's really beefy, but also surprisingly lightweight for a 308. I've built several 308s, home builds in the past, and they're significantly more heavy than this. This thing feels really good. Comes with ambidextrous charging handle. It's got all the nice controls on it, all the nice features. This 4-stud locking handguard on there. Muzzle device. It's like looks like a flash hider, compensator combo or something. Excellent handguard, flat top. I mean, it's a really nice looking rifle, and I definitely am glad to have it. So this next one is definitely the most expensive out of the bunch. It's probably also the most controversial out of the bunch, because a lot of people say, why do you spend this much money on something that can be achieved by something for half the price? But for me, I say it really just comes down to reliability, and that is going to be an FN SCAR. This is the FN SCAR 16S. Let's go and open up this box and take a closer look at it and talk a little bit about why I got it. Okay, so here's a look at the SCAR 16S, which in my opinion is an absolutely beautiful rifle. I know people have different opinions out there, but for me, I love the way that this thing looks. But like I was saying before, it's a little bit controversial, and it's because the 16S is chambered in 5.56, and you're going to have people out there who say, why would you spend $3,000+ on something when you can get a comparable AR for about half the price? And you cannot ignore that. You can get from a reputable manufacturer a really nice high quality AR for about half of what this thing costs. So why did I buy it? Well, I would be lying if I said that I didn't buy it, one, because I think that it looks cool and I wanted to have a scar for the channel. But the real reason that I bought this thing is because of its reliability record. I looked through my inventory and I noticed that, got a lot of black rifles, got a lot of AKs, but I wanted something that shot 5.56 that I felt was maybe even more reliable than a typical AR-15, and that's what I think you're getting out of the SCAR 16S. As a matter of fact, even the military reports during their trials versus other long guns like the M4, that in a 60,000 round test, the M4 got like 800+ stoppages and 60,000 rounds, whereas the SCAR only experienced a little bit over 200 stoppages. So a quarter of the stoppages through the SCAR. But the other thing was the reports that were coming in from the ranges that are out there. So when you go to a shooting range, the guns that you're using have experienced an immense amount of ammo run through them. I mean, when you think of hundreds of rounds or thousands of rounds, when you go to a range, sometimes you're talking hundreds of thousands of rounds. And the reports have come back that this is one of the most reliable 5.56 rifles at the range. One of the places that did a report on it or had mentioned that this is one of the best was Battlefield Vegas, which is fairly close to my house here. They say that they have SCAR 16S that has well over 100,000 rounds through it, probably way more than that by now, but that had the fewest amount of problems versus any other 5.56 platform that they had. And so the reports from the ranges, the reports from the military and everything else is really what led me to get this. It really came down to reliability. I mean, not to mention that this is a short stroke piston system. It's not a direct impingement gas system. And so it's going to run cleaner and it's going to last for a long time. So I think that this is just a good addition to the channel. I also heard that the 16S can be a little bit rough on optics, so this would be a great way to test out some of the some of the more budget-friendly optics that are out there to see how they would run on a platform like this, or whether or not, the 16S is going to knock them out. So I saw this as a good investment for the channel going forward to see, kind of test out optics and other things like that. Plus, I love the fact that, it has the folding stock and it can shoot with the stock folded, and, it's just a really, really nice system. There's not much that I don't like about this thing, to be totally honest with you, but the short package, the way that it works, its overall design, and some of the features really is what got me to spend that kind of money on something. So the SCAR 16S was my second purchase. Now, the third new thing that I bought, and definitely the most affordable of the three, is going to be a new CZ. So I bought this CZ actually specifically for one purpose, and that is because in 2021, I'm going to start getting into suppressors. That's one thing that I haven't done yet since moving to a free state, and I got to tell you, that's one thing that I've been really excited about. I've got a lot of different things that I can attach a suppressor to, a lot of pistol builds and Franken builds and stuff that I've put, but not too many that are actually factory suppressor ready, meaning it has, suppressor height sights, a threaded barrel, and stuff like that. Most of it's stuff that I've put together. Even my P320s are just, things that I've changed the sights on and put in a threaded barrel and so forth. This is the SP07, the CZ SP07 in Urban Gray that comes with the threaded barrel, really nice thread protector, and suppressor height sights. It's hammer fired, and it's known to be a very reliable pistol. I know a lot of people that have this one. It's an extremely popular pistol. It's a very nice color. I think the gray looked great. But this is kind of the platform that I chose to start getting suppressors on. So the first suppressors that I get are going to be for a pistol, and I want to be able to test it out on this pistol specifically, and then move over to my Franken builds and stuff like that and be able to check that out. The CZs, look, I own several CZs. They've all been fantastic. As a matter of fact, there's some of my favorites. I really don't think that you can go wrong with the CZ, but this one right here, polymer frame, it's very lightweight, has the same slide design as most other CZs. It's hammer fired, has ambidextrous controls, 14 round 9mm magazine. I think that this thing just looks absolutely fantastic, and I am excited to start getting into suppressors. The other cool thing about it is it comes with two magazines, so you get two 14 round magazines right there. You also get additional back straps in the kit. And one of the cool things is too, and it's nice to see companies, add this stuff in there, but you also get extra controls that are more slimmed down. So the controls that come on this thing right here are fairly large, including the slide stop, slide release. You guys can see that right there. It's pretty big, pretty chunky, but it's meant to be tactical, right? So that you can use it with gloved hands and be able to use it a little bit more easily and just kind of help the overall functionality. But if you don't want to use those big controls, it actually comes with a little baggie, and you could switch those controls out for something a little bit more toned down, a little bit slimmer. So I thought that was pretty cool. But the third purchase that I made at the same time as all these other ones right here is the CZ SP07 Urban Gray Tactical 9mm. Now, because I have this channel and I run this channel as a business, and I invest a lot of money back into this channel on cameras, on lighting, on sound equipment, and I don't have an ammunition sponsor, I don't have a gun sponsor, I don't have anything like that. So a majority of what you guys see here is stuff that I reinvest, and so I try and keep the channel running in a way that is as honest as possible. If I ever do get anything, I always try and make sure to tell you guys that this was sent to me to test out and review. But like I was saying before, I do get a majority of this stuff because I worked hard for it and I paid for it. And so it's my own particular opinion, and I've told people before, if you are going to send something to me, and that's the way that we're going to work this, just know that if it sucks, I'm going to say that it sucks. That's just the way that it works. I think integrity is extremely important. But I'm really excited about this stuff. I've never really had to hide anything from my wife because she knows if I come walking in with something, it's for the channel, and hopefully we'll be able to turn it into something that's more creative and fun and something that you guys can enjoy and make more content with it. And she totally understands that. But it was a little bit difficult for me to explain walking in with 3 boxes with price tags like that. Let me tell you, even she was a little bit taken back by it until I explained to her that, well, we no longer have some things because I got rid of those some things in order to get these things, and I feel that it was a good investment. So come up with a way to explain to your wife or your girlfriend or whoever you need to explain things to, unless you're lucky enough to be single and you don't have to explain anything to anybody. But if you do have to explain it to somebody, make sure you have a story first. Anyway, those are my first purchases of 2021. It's going to be an absolutely crazy year. Don't forget when you're out there, don't forget your magazines. Don't forget to, get the other things too, because magazines, even though most people don't think about it this way, magazines are disposable. So I went out and I bought a bunch of magazines. These are actually AR-10 mags from PMag, SR-25 mags from PMag. So these are for my 308. I had to buy a bunch of these as well. And these are a little bit more expensive than your typical 5.56 mag. So remember, if you go out, while you're out, you get yourself something new, grab a couple mags with them as well, because they don't last forever. I've had several PMags that have just outright quit on me over time. So, once they're done, they're done. You're going to need a fresh one. So pick up your mags as well. And if you do go into Spartan Arms, since they are a good supporter of the channel, make sure you let them know the Daily Shooter sent you. And if you want to support this channel and help me continue to do what we do here, just go ahead and check out the links in the description box. Check out my website. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.